Alrighty, hello and welcome back, Couch Potatoes, to this week's status report. It is currently June 6th at 8:53 p.m. I have a busy day tomorrow, so I am going to go ahead and give you the report now, and it will be public for you on Sunday. Last week we were talking about casting and the plan for the film and the budget. Off the top of my head, we've raised over $300 for the film, so we're just $200 away. No biggie. We did get a new patron. I saw the notification on my phone, and I'm pretty sure it's Brandon. Hi, Brandon. Thank you for supporting us. We did not complete the goal last week of getting a cast and crew together because my air conditioner, which is sitting right next to me, actually, I can show you. Never mind. I don't have the setting loaded up, but basically, the air conditioner went out. I'm actually kind of nice and toasty. Thanks to my Uncle Briggs, we are currently borrowing his air conditioner while we are waiting for Lowe's to send me the receipt to my old one. And then Hisense will send me a new one under warranty. If not, worst case scenario, so this is the other part of the problem. Worst case scenario, if Hisense cannot send us a new air conditioning unit, we are going to have to buy a new one. And because currently I am borrowing the other one. It is not mine. So so this is kind of what we're thinking. If we have to buy the new one, unfortunately, we do have to use the film budget to go get a new one because that's kind of that's the only money that I got. The number one, it is technically a film resource. We do need it to keep the business alive because as of losing it, this is my first time all week that I have been in here to do anything because of how ungodly hot it is. The sun beats down on this side of the room. This room is not ventilated. It is not hooked up to our central heat and air. It is on its own. It actually used to be part of the garage. The people who lived here before us turned it into a storeroom, and so that's what this has been. Now, worst case scenario is we will be moving on with our other 3 projects and putting Totodile Hunter in the back, and so we can save up the money and we can do it. The 3 projects include a Lethal Company live stream and video, a Fortnite live stream and video, and then there is a Pokemon video game essay and what I would like to see in a Pokemon video game. And if that video does well, which this will be farther in the future, is I do want to try to take a crack at making a Pokemon game just for the experience, just to learn what it takes to make a video game. I've been playing them for years. I've been playing video games since I was 4 years old. I've never really attempted to make one, but I do have a want to learn. I was really big into games like Disney Infinity and its toy box creation and building game modes and maps. I was building maps in Halo Reach the moment I learned what Forge was. Minecraft, I learned command blocks and tried building stuff in there. And then I took a crack at ROM hacking. I did download ROMs of Fire Red and Pokemon Sapphire, and I was trying to ROM hack them and tweak which Pokemon spawn to what routes and stuff like that. So I definitely want to learn how to make that, so I wanted to talk about that video is going to be my take on what I want to see in a Pokemon game, and then kind of break down my thought process of how I would go about at least what's in my brain, in my head, whether it's realistic or not, because I've never made video games, but at least have an idea of this is what I want to see, and then this is what I know, what I want to see. Let me get that, and then I'll go do a bunch more research on how to create that kind of stuff. I know people made Pokemon clones with Unreal Engine, and that was the other thing too, is Unreal Engine is what I want to do to make the game, because Unreal Engine is also what they use at ILM for the volume, so that's a big key component. So I do want to learn Unreal Engine for that specific purpose. But again, that's worst case scenario. So I'm going to try to get a cast and crew together of people who say, yes, they want to be in this project. They want to do this project with me. It's just a matter of, okay, when are we doing it, right? So it's just getting the people on board, and then we'll figure out when we'll do it. And then hopefully by the end of next week, we will have a better answer of what we're going to do, whether we're going to continue on with Totodile Hunter 2, or if we're going to continue on with the other projects first, and then come back to Totodile Hunter 2 later down the line. The other aspect, am I able to pause my recording? I can. Give me 1 second. Did it pause? Oh, I see how it works. Okay, sorry. 1 second. Okay, so, I would like to give a huge shout out to my mom because she bought me this book. Thanks, Mom. This has been super helpful and super cool. This is The Art of Detective Pikachu. I even went back and watched the movie. This is what happened. I asked my mom if she could buy me this book because I figured this would have a lot, and it has a lot of knowledge of how they made the movie. But this is our first and this is our official live action Pokemon, which is the other thing. So the creator was talking about how he was inspired by the Pokemon Go trailers leading up to the game, and he was like, oh, live action Pokemon might be a thing. And then he went and found a director, and then they made this movie. So I figured I'd watch it. So I watched it, watched all the behind the scenes to it, got super excited, and then went, okay, let me go figure out what's going on with this leak in the floor, because that's what started the whole process. Was towards the end of the Mando project, this mysterious puddle was seeping through the carpet over here near the freezer, and it was super perplexing because it was just an isolated puddle, but it didn't connect to the freezer. It acted as if it came up from underneath the carpet. So we ripped out the carpet, we cut through the wood to figure out what was under there. Nothing. And then the puddle moved, and it moved in the direction closer towards where my AC was. So after the movie, I got into let's get work done mode, and then I went and cleaned out this area and investigated. Turns out the tank that collects the cooled water, because it's taking hot air and turning it into cold air, and when air gets colder from evaporation, right, from air molecules, it turns into its liquid form, and then it has to collect somewhere. So normally, my air conditioner will shut off, post a code on the screen, and tell me, hey, empty me, please. I then take it outside, dump out the water, or I let it drain out of the whatever you call it, and bring it back in. And that's how I've been doing it for years. And then, but for whatever reason, there's a leakage in there. So what'll happen is the water just keeps leaking, and it never gets to the full point where it shuts off to tell me that it's full. So the water then was seeping through the wood and the carpet, and I think that part of the floor was the lowest part of the floor. So the water would just travel through the wood to the lowest point and accumulate, and that's where it would create that. That's where it would pool, just where the lowest point was. So that's when we learned we had to go get a brand new air conditioner. So it's been a whole process. But I did learn some really cool things from the book. I learned that the key thing about the Pokemon is that they're supposed to be cute. That is part of their design philosophy. And so that was when I believe they said in the book it was Snubble. They cracked Snubble first, and they're like, stop everything that you're doing. This is what we need to get to. And then that was their frame of reference for the cute factor. And then the issue with Pikachu was his color of fur. That shade of yellow doesn't appear in nature except for a type of canary, and even then those were yellow feathers, and they were not fur. So they had to figure that out. I remember that was a key thing in the book. Anywho, yeah, so I'm currently studying this in the time that I'm pretty much waiting for Lowe's to email me the receipt to send over to Since I have been rewatching Pokemon to see how they're animated, how they move, how they're shot, how they use their bodies for the most part. I could probably be a little bit more honed in and look up the episodes that the Pokemon that are going to be in the short are in, so that way I'm only watching those. But I figured I'd just rewatch all of it because I enjoy it. So yeah, I know I'm talking in circles. That's a problem with me talking alone into a camera. But goal, get the cast and crew together. I'm going to keep researching Pokemon and its animation and what I can bring from the 2D animation into 3D, and then realistic Pokemon and how that all works. And pretty much just waiting for these companies to get back to me, and hopefully they get back to me in a timely fashion. I would like to be able to continue working on this stuff. I'm actually really upset that this happened when it did, because of course it's the beginning of summer, right? Beginning of summer, that's when the air conditioner goes off. So I'm gonna try to put my money from my paycheck away for like specific things like, oh, okay, summer's happening. Okay, we know an air conditioner is gonna break somewhere. Let's put the money away to go replace it, right? So something like that. But anyway, hope you all are doing well. I'm gonna go ahead and get off now and go talk to my crew, and we will see you guys next week with another update. So stay tuned, subscribe.